Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to announce the 2013 recipients of the American Public Power Association's major awards. The James D. Donovan Individual Achievement Award recognizes individuals who have made significant individual contributions to the electric utility industry and to public power. There are 3 winners in 2013.
David R. Walters is General Manager and CEO of Michigan Public Power Agency. A 23-year veteran of public power in Michigan, David worked for 20 years as manager of the Zeeland Board of Public Works, and for the past 3 years, he has been General Manager and CEO of Michigan Public Power Agency. David was instrumental in forming the Michigan Public Power Agency Power Pool Project and in gaining and maintaining transmission rights for public power utilities in Michigan. A strong advocate for public power utilities and legislative activities, David has been active in many industry organizations. He has been active on many APPA committees and is a former member of the APPA Board of Directors and Executive Committee.
John DISTASIO is General Manager and CEO of the Sacramento Municipal Utility District in California. He has worked at SMUD since 1981, first in supply chain services, then in distribution services, and for 8 years as Assistant General Manager of Energy Delivery and Customer Services. John is active in many local, state, regional, national, and international industry organizations, including the APPA Board of Directors and Executive Committee and the CEO Climate Change and Generation Policy Task Force. A native of California, John is a 4th-generation farmer who owns DISTASIO Vineyards, a commercial winery in Amador County, California.
SHARON A. STAZ is General Manager and Treasurer of the Kennebunk Light and Power District in Maine and has managed the utility in Kennebunk since 1998. Earlier, she was a manager of the Princeton Municipal Light Department in Massachusetts. She was a member of APPA's Task Force on the 21st Century, is a former member of the APPA Board of Directors and Executive Committee, and is also a former chair of APPA's Membership Committee. In 2010, SHARON represented APPA on a fact-finding mission to Japan to visit solar power installations. She is Secretary and Legislative Liaison for DIRIGO, the customer-owned utility association in Maine, and in 2006 served on the Governor's Renewable Energy Task Force and the Governor's Maine Energy Council.
The Alan Richardson Statesmanship Award honors public power leaders working on behalf of APPA members to achieve consensus on national issues of importance to public power utilities.
Jorge Carrasco is the 2013 winner of the Alan Richardson Statesmanship Award. Jorge is General Manager and CEO of Seattle City Light in Washington. He's active in a wide variety of industry organizations, including the Electric Power Research Institute, International City-County Management Association, the American Water Works Association, and the Nature Conservancy. As a member of APPA's CEO Task Force on Climate Change and Generation Policy, he's been very effective in finding common ground on controversial issues. Jorge is a past chair of the Large Public Power Council, where he worked to assure a collaborative, harmonious relationship between APPA and LPPC, and is a former city manager of Austin, Texas, and Scottsdale, Arizona.
The Larry Hobart 7 Hats Award recognizes managers of small utilities serving fewer than 2,500 meters. These managers run utilities with a very small staff and must assume multiple roles in the management of the utility. The 7 areas of expertise they must handle include planning and design, administration, public relations, field supervision, accounting, human resources, and community leadership. The 2013 7 Hats Award winners are
Robert Anderson, Light Commissioner for the Cozad Board of Public Works in Nebraska. Robert has worked for the city for 35 years, most of those as Light Commissioner. As Commissioner of the 2000 Customer Utility, he's recognized for his leadership in maintaining a highly reliable electric system, for his skillful handling of customer relations, and for his active involvement in civic organizations.
Hal Becker is General Manager of Delano Municipal Utilities in Minnesota. Hal is a master electrician who has led his utility in a major infrastructure project that this year will result in a completely underground distribution system with upgraded voltage. Recognized as the public face of Delano Municipal Utilities, he has successfully put to rest 3 attempts to sell the city-owned utility by demonstrating that a locally owned and operated utility is a high-quality, valuable asset that should be preserved.
Alan COYNE is town manager of Julesburg, Colorado. Alan leads a staff of 11 who manage not only the electric utility, serving 825 customers, but also water, sewer, and sanitation systems. He's recognized for handling emergency field calls on his own on weekends and holidays, so his staff can have time off. Alan is committed to staff training and ensures his employees are trained and cross-trained. He provides timely, concise reports to his 7-member board of trustees. He's a retired volunteer fireman and a leader in the Julesburg Chamber of Commerce.
Kevin GLADDEN is village administrator in Genoa, Ohio. Kevin recently oversaw a $5 million upgrade to the Genoa electric system and is working with American Municipal Power to bring long-term stability to the village's public supply portfolio. He works with local school children to promote safety and has a reputation of accessibility with local news media. Kevin oversees water, sewer, electric, and roads for the village and is well known in town as the voice of the Genoa Comets, the high school football team.
Chuck TIBBETTS is Director of Utilities in Aiken, Minnesota, and has worked for the city-owned utility since 1968. He started as a groundman, later working as a line worker and line foreman. He was named Director of Utilities in 1998. As head of utilities, Chuck oversaw a complete rebuild of the Aiken electric distribution system, with all of the planning and design done in-house. As a manager, Chuck maintains a very collaborative relationship with his employees. He's advocated for competitive salaries so the utility can hire and retain talented people in key positions. He has been active in the Minnesota Municipal Utilities Association and is a former volunteer firefighter in Aiken.
Jim Gibney is General Manager of Wahoo Utilities in Nebraska. Jim is an electrical engineer and has planned the installation over 5 years of a comprehensive load management system. Load control devices are installed on every residential air conditioner in Wahoo, reducing the city's peak electric use and lowering rates. Jim is very active in local economic development and is instrumental in bringing new business to the city, including Omaha Steel Castings Company, which broke ground for its new facility in Wahoo in 2012. He encourages his employees to attain appropriate certifications and to keep current with continuing education. He is recognized as a driving force behind the scenes in many community achievements.
Jim Martis is the former manager of Pittsboro, Indiana, managing electric, gas, water, wastewater, and stormwater utilities for the town. He is recognized for his strong fiscal and public relations management and has navigated the delicate balance between low rates and the need to invest in the town's infrastructure. Jim served on the executive committee of the Indiana Municipal Power Agency, where he pushed for the agency's engineering subsidiary to begin offering line services for its member utilities. Jim has also been tapped by colleagues to appear before the State Ways and Means Committee to address highway funding needs. He is very active in local economic development efforts.
Pat Davison is Public Works Director for the City of Imperial, Nebraska. He began his career with the city in 1994 as an electric lineman and quickly rose to become a crew leader. 8 years ago, he was named Public Works Director. He oversees 20 employees in 7 city departments, including the Imperial Public Power District. Pat is the face of Imperial, and local citizens know they can seek his assistance anytime and any place, at the grocery store, when he's in his backyard, at his grandchildren's school events, or even by calling his mobile phone. He is active in the League of Nebraska Municipalities and the Municipal Energy Agency of Nebraska.
The Harold KRAMER John Preston Personal Service Award recognizes individuals for their service to the American Public Power Association. There are 3 winners of this award for 2013.
Brent McKinney is Manager of Electric Transmission and Distribution for City Utilities of Springfield, Missouri. Brent is Chairman of the Review Committee for APPA's Reliable Public Power Provider, or RP3 program, and is also APPA's representative on the National Electric Safety Code Subcommittee 8, where he has shared his expertise on arc flash analysis. A former member of the board of the APPA's research program, DEED, Brent has also chaired APPA's engineering and operations section, as well as committees within the E&O section.
Lynn Tejeda is General Manager and CEO of Keys Energy Services in Key West, Florida. When you live in Key West, getting out of town is not always easy or desirable. But Lynn has been a long-time advocate of making it happen, not letting it happen. She participates in APPA's legislative rally and encourages her board members to do the same. She has cultivated strong relationships with Key West's representatives in the U.S. Congress and the Florida State Legislature. Active in APPA activities for 2 decades, Lynn is currently a member of the APPA Board of Directors.
Brad Spooner is Manager of Environmental Affairs for MEAG Power in Georgia. For the last 11 years, he has been intimately involved in APPA's advocacy efforts before the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the Department of Energy, and the Office of Management and Budget. Brad has been chairman for the last 8 years of APPA Environmental and Air Quality Task Force and has been a technical advisor to APPA's CEO Task Force on Climate Change and Generation Policy. He is a vital contributor to APPA's environmental policy advocacy efforts and has assisted in the preparation of 90 sets of comments on industry rules and regulations through his work with APPA.
The Spence VANDERLINDEN Public Official Award recognizes elected or appointed local officials who have contributed to the American Public Power Association. There are 3 winners for 2013.
Bill Conrad is mayor of Newberry, Florida, and has a remarkable skill for connecting with citizens of Newberry and with policymakers at all levels of government. As the chief elected official in Newberry, he led efforts to transform the small city into a sports tourism destination. Thanks to his work, today Newberry is home to the Easton Newberry Archery Center, opened in 2009, and the National Baseball Facility, which opened in 2012, and is the largest baseball complex in the United States. These facilities are projected to generate millions of dollars every year for the local economy. Mayor Conrad is a 28-year veteran of the United States Air Force who worked as a navigator flying C-130 planes in Southeast Asia, Antarctica, Panama, and Europe. He also served in Iraq and Somalia before retiring from the Air Force in 2000 as a lieutenant colonel.
Paul Fisk is mayor of Lodi, Wisconsin. Over the past year, he has been a tireless and effective leader in advocacy efforts to preserve tax-exempt financing, including writing letters on the issue to the entire Wisconsin congressional delegation. He secured adoption of resolutions supporting municipal bond financing by the Lodi City Council, the Lodi School Board, and the League of Wisconsin Municipalities. Mayor Fisk has been an active member of the APPA Policymakers Council, and with that group has met with senior officials of the Obama administration and members of Congress to illustrate the potential damage to local governments if Congress imposes a tax on interest earned on municipal bonds.
Dennis J. WALSTRA is mayor of Sioux Center, Iowa, and for the past decade has been a reliable and consistent supporter of public power legislative issues through his work on the APPA Policymakers Council. This year he is chairman of the Policymakers Council and sits on the APPA Board of Directors. Mayor WALSTRA is an articulate and effective spokesman on important issues, especially management of the federal power marketing agencies and environmental regulation of coal-burning power plants. In 2011, he served on the National League of Cities Committee on Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources. He is also active in the Sioux Center Chamber of Commerce and is a former chairman of the Northwest Iowa League of Cities.
The Robert E. Roundtree Rising Star Award is a scholarship presented to individuals identified as future leaders in public power and who demonstrate dedication to the goals and principles of public power. There are 3 winners this year. These 3 individuals will each receive a stipend for travel to an APPA Academy training program or conference to advance their development and education in the public power industry.
Dan Hodges is Executive Director of the Colorado Association of Municipal Utilities, is active in APPA activities, including the Advisory Committee and the CEO Climate Change and Generation Policy Task Force, and he is Chairman of PowerPAC, Public Power's Political Action Committee. Dan has distinguished himself as a successful advocate of policy issues in the state legislature and before Congress. Last year, under Dan's leadership, CAMU's advocacy efforts preserved local control for regulation of alternative fuel vehicles and for interconnection of distributed generation.
Ed KRIEGER is director of Piqua Power System in Ohio. He has distinguished himself as a utility manager who is committed to low rates and high reliability. Piqua has been recognized since 2006 as a reliable public power provider. The city and the utility have the highest credit score among larger public power utilities in Ohio. Under Ed's leadership last year, Piqua Power System completed construction of a new $6 million service center. The project was financed with cash reserves, leaving the utility debt-free.
Chip Merriam is Vice President for Legislative, Regulatory, and Compliance for Orlando Utilities Commission in Florida. He joined OUC in November 2009 and in the last few years has distinguished himself as a well-informed and effective advocate for public power policies. Chip has testified about air pollution regulations on behalf of public power before the House Science and Technology Committee and before the White House Office of Management and Budget.
APPA's EF Scattergood System Achievement Award honors member utilities with outstanding achievement. Kirkwood Electric Department in Missouri is the 2013 winner of the Scattergood Award. Between 2007 and 2012, Kirkwood Electric achieved a dramatic financial turnaround by restructuring its wholesale purchase power portfolio strategy, shielding itself from rising prices. The utility terminated its full requirements contracts and began using block power purchase and market purchases. This new strategy eliminated the utility's need to use reserve funds to stabilize utility operations, allowing it to rebuild reserves. This improved financial picture led to a capital improvement program, including upgrades to 2 substations and portions of the distribution network. Kirkwood Electric achieved this while keeping its rates among the lowest in the country. The utility also implemented mobile access to its GIS circuit maps and SCADA system. And during the turnaround period, it earned the Reliable Public Power Provider, or RP3, designation.
The Community Service Award recognizes APPA member utilities for their good neighbor activities that demonstrate the commitment of the utility and its employees to the local community. 4 utilities are receiving this award in 2013.
City Utilities of Springfield, Missouri has a comprehensive long-term commitment to the local community. Every year, the utility contributes more than $12 million to the city treasurer, supporting programs that would otherwise be paid by taxes. The utility also provides $14 million worth of free services to the city. Employees of city utilities contribute an average of $200,000 a year to the local United Way of the Ozarks. For 21 years, City Utilities has hosted a 5K fun run and mud strut to raise money for The Kitchen Inc., a nonprofit organization that provides services for low-income and homeless people. The utility's Community Partnership Committee supports fundraising efforts selected by utility employees, such as contributions to Ozarks Honor Flight, a program to send World War II veterans to Washington, D.C. City Utilities employees also donated to relief efforts for residents of Joplin, Missouri, after a devastating tornado in 2011.
Fayetteville Public Works Commission in North Carolina supports more than 400 community events and programs every year. Activities include the utility's partnership with United Way of Cumberland County to launch a free 24-hour multilingual telephone referral service to more than 600 health and human service programs. The utility donated $20,000 and worked with over 60 schools, teaching students personal responsibility for the earth and helping schools evaluate every aspect of their environmental impact. Fayetteville PWC's activities include many programs to support military personnel based at Fort Bragg, including career transition assistance and public tributes to U.S. soldiers.
Holland Board of Public Works in Michigan supports dozens of ongoing community service projects, many of them aimed at heightening citizen awareness of their energy use. The utility contributes to local economic development through direct grants, a high school internship program, and through Leadership Holland. Community enrichment activities include support for Holland in Bloom, Tulip Time, and National Night Out. home monitoring kits donated to a local library have been very popular with people who want to learn how much electricity each home appliance uses. Holland Public Works partners with other utilities to recycle old, inefficient air conditioners.
Hopkinsville Electric System in Kentucky is committed to community service like no other organization in its region. Every year since 2006, every single one of the utility's 40 employees have contributed to the United Way CareShare project, in which an individual pledges 1 hour of pay per month for 12 months. Seeing the generosity of its employees, the Hopkinsville Electric Board approved a corporate pledge of $3,500 to CareShare, bringing the utility's total contribution in 2012 to more than $25,000. Since 2006, Hopkinsville Electric employees have contributed more than $130,000 to CareShare.
APPA's research program, Demonstration of Energy and Efficiency Developments, was established in 1980 to foster research, development, and demonstration of new energy technologies at public power utilities. Each year, the DEED program recognizes innovative projects with its Energy Innovator Awards. This year, DEED is honoring 3 utilities with an Energy Innovator Award.
Riverside Public Utilities in California is a 2013 Energy Innovator, recognizing its in-pipe hydroelectric system project. The utility partnered with Lucid Energy Technologies of Portland, Oregon, and Northwest Pipe Company of Vancouver, Washington, to test a small generator that can be installed in a water distribution pipe. RPU tested the equipment in a 30-foot section of a 60-inch water main pipeline. The generator relies on water flowing through the pipes to produce electricity. A test unit on Riverside's water system produced 20 kilowatts of electricity, and based on the tests, Riverside Public Utilities believes the in-pipe hydroelectric system has potential to provide meaningful energy and dollar savings. The utility is considering further investment in the technology.
The City of Ocala, Florida is a 2013 Energy Innovator to recognize its pay-as-you-go prepaid metering program. The program allows customers to avoid the need for large deposits when initiating electric service. Turn on and turn off of electric service is handled remotely within a few minutes. Ocala implemented the program in the fall of 2011. 149 customers enrolled in the first 2 weeks. After a year, more than 3,000 customers had enrolled, and today, nearly 3,700 customers are taking advantage of the program. With prepaid metering, customers with an outstanding balance due to the utility can repay that debt in small increments and receive electric service. One customer said the program made it possible for her to move to a new apartment. Customers enrolled in the program can monitor their electricity usage online and see how they might be wasting energy.
Columbia Water and Light in Missouri is a 2013 Energy Innovator to recognize its successful deployment of the Department of Energy's Home Performance with Energy Star program. More than 2,000 of the utility's residential customers are now enrolled in the program, and energy savings have averaged 23% since the program began in 2008. A Columbia Water and Light staff person is qualified to train and certify local contractors, and without this, contractors would have to go out of town for training. Columbia Water and Light has partnered with neighboring Boone Electric Cooperative to offer the program on a regional basis, making it more attractive for contractors and allowing the two utilities to share marketing and administration responsibilities. The program has saved $2 million in power costs over the last 2 years, and participating customers have given the program a 99% positive rating.
The Public Power Wind Award is a joint recognition of APPA and the U.S. Department of Energy's Wind Power America initiative. There are 2 winners in 2013.
Snohomish County Public Utility District in Washington obtains nearly 8% of its energy from wind-powered projects. The PUD participates in regional forums to promote better integration of wind into the Northwest power grid. It is also part of a group of utilities participating with Bonneville Power Administration in a pilot test of intra-hour scheduling of wind generation. The PUD has 2 micro-wind demonstration projects. Snohomish PUD also offers standardized contracts and pricing for customers who are interested in distributed generation.
Southern California Public Power Authority has 5 wind energy projects with aggregate installed capacity of more than 710 megawatts. SCAPA has employed innovative financing mechanisms to support its investments in wind energy. The agency prepays for the purchase of the energy portion of the wind project output for 20 years and finances the prepayment with tax-exempt bonds. This approach resolves issues created by lack of federal wind energy incentives for public entities. SCAPA acquired 50 megawatts of wind energy in Washington state using Build America bond.
And finally, 22 individuals have completed the APPA Academy's Public Power Managers Certificate Program. To earn this certification, participants must complete 3 required courses and then a plan that identifies and addresses an issue, challenge, or opportunity within his or her organization. The 2013 graduates of the Public Power Manager Certificate Program are
Brett Benedict, Director of Financial Services, Electrical District Number 3 of Pinal County, Maricopa, Arizona.
Levon Brady, District Manager, Navajo Tribal Utility Authority, Fort Defiance, Arizona.
John Crooks, Utilities Director, Shakopee Public Utilities Commission, Minnesota.
Donald Eckert, Assistant General Manager Finance, Lakeland Electric, Florida.
Wesley Gray, Chief Operations Officer, Grays Harbor Public Utility District, Aberdeen, Washington.
Brian Johnson, Resource Analyst, Emerald Peoples Utility District, Eugene, Oregon.
Daniel Lippert, Senior Electrical Engineer, Burbank Water and Power, California.
Rob Mays, City Manager, City of Farmington, Farmington, New Mexico.
Danette Scudder, Member Services Manager, Tennessee Valley Public Power Association, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Kenneth Stone, Energy Services and Accounting Manager, Braintree Electric Light Department, Massachusetts.
Roger Wareheim, Manager, Energy Management and External Relations, Owatonna Public Utilities, Minnesota.
Ryan Williams, Assistant Director, Columbia Water and Light Department, Missouri.
9 of the 2013 Public Power Managers Certificate graduates are from one utility, Missouri River Energy Services in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They are
Denise Amundsen, Senior Accountant.
Deborah Bergen, Manager of State Legislative Relations.
Kurt Hauser, Technical Coordinator.
Joni Livingston, Energy Services Manager.
Brent Moeller, Manager of Generation Resources.
Jan Schmitz, Manager of Investment and Credit.
Rob SCOTT-HOVLAND, Energy Services Field Coordinator.
Merg Simon, Legal Director.
Gerald Tilkey, Manager of Operations.
Karen Whedon, Senior Rate Analyst.
And Terry Wolf, Transmission Services Manager.
Congratulations to all of our honorees.